I think one of these comments that we got from the poll today really is setting me up for what I want to talk about right now. And BLR says, Annie, love your show, but until our party faces the fact that abortion is driving our losses, we will never win. I know it's a topic you're passionate about, but that is what is driving these results. Now, that comment is made in a way that suggests that in order for the party to do what it needs to do to win, that what I advocate for isn't possible. And I think that that's a really good comment. And I appreciate that BLR put that up there because I think it's time that as a party we clarify what our position is. And it really is a come to Jesus on everything that has to do with politics. People view elections as a Super Bowl of where we are as a party. And I understand that. It's not untrue to say that an election where we count votes for one side and we count votes for the other side, that's going to tell us what direction the country is going to go in. But in no way, shape, or form does that affirm that whomever wins that election is right. I can think of a lot of instances where the majority was in the wrong. So let's talk about the abortion issue. If you're new to this show, if you've never heard me talk about abortion, if you've never heard me talk about being pro-life or pro-choice or pro-abortion, those are three different categories that we have with people right now. I'm adamantly pro-life. I am actively pro-life. I'm going to pair this conversation with something that I have continued to say here in the last couple months emphatically. We have to stop waiting for the man or the woman wearing the red shirt to get elected to office to think that we can solve our problems. It is the least conservative principle to think that we need to get our government right so that things in America can get better. It's not the only way that we can make America better. And the thing that makes America great is that we can make America great outside of our government. We don't have to stand in line and wait to do what we're told and ask for what we have in this country. No, it's actually the other way around. The government does what we say, and we decide that through elections. Abortion is not a problem that is going to be solved through politics. It isn't. The fight to overturn Roe v. Wade was something that I think a lot of people didn't think they'd see in their lifetime. So much so that when it actually happened last year, we didn't know what to do with ourselves. And the truth is, and I learned this from Abby Johnson when she spoke at a Vitae Foundation event, the overturning of Roe v. Wade took the pro-life battle from the Supreme Court in Washington, D.C., to 50 different states who can make up their mind in 50 different ways. If we elect an all-Republican government, you are not going to have a blanket all-Republican support to end abortion in this country. It is time that Republicans stop thinking of abortion as a political issue and start thinking of it as a cultural issue. And we have to fix our culture, and politics will catch up. That's just the way it's going to be. Where we are on abortion as a country right now is directly reflective of where we've been as a culture for decades. We have to get the culture in a position of care and concern for the woman who has the legal right to choose life. In that sense, I am adamantly pro-choice. And the pro-abortion community doesn't want to hear people say you have the option to choose life. Yes, you have a choice. Yes, it's up to you. Yes, you're scared. Yes, you're afraid you don't have the resources. Yes, this isn't what you had planned, but you can still choose life. The policies that Americans need to be thinking about right now. They need to completely walk away from the idea of making abortion illegal. And we need to sprint in the direction of making abortion unthinkable. We need to, as Republicans, before you even ask a politician to show up to be involved in anything, be at the doorsteps of women's facilities where these women need help, and we need to help them without any government program showing up. We need to hug them without any government mandate or subsidy to provide. We need to be there to help these women with our hearts and our prayers, and we need to be there all the time. Abortion is going to get worse in America as we continue as Republicans to lose on the political issue at the ballot box. If you doubt me on that, if you think that stepping back from the political fight to make abortion illegal, if you think that stepping away from that is in somehow, way, shape, or form going to encourage abortions in America, you are wrong. Look at the state of Illinois. In the state of Illinois, you can get an abortion as a minor without any sort of parental consent or parental notification up till birth. And before you even utter the words, Annie, that doesn't happen. If it doesn't happen, why are we so adamant about making it legal? In Ohio, they vote to make abortion available up till birth. You're 39 weeks and 6 days pregnant, and you're dilated 6 centimeters, ready to go. That is still an abortable baby. Annie, nobody wants to abort that baby. Then why are we making it legal? Why? Because it's not actually about abortion. It's about controlling people in the political world. We have to take that away from them. We have to do it to save the babies. We cannot give the political capital to the left, who worship at the altar of abortion. It is sacrilegious how the Democrats, who have their stronghold around this issue, use it so that they can retain political power. Think about what they are sacrificing to retain political power. The more we lose on this issue at the ballot box, the less chance we have to affect any actual change. And I am here to tell you that your voice and your hands and your dollar can do more without getting the government involved to actually, if your actual point is to save the lives of babies, go to the Hope Clinic in Granite City. Go to the Planned Parenthood on 55 and 159 and be there. And help those women. Give them an actual choice, something that the anti-choice part of our political voting apparatus, they are super anti-choice because the only choice is abortion. There is a whole group of people, a whole massive, in my opinion, vast majority of people who detest abortion and will never, ever vote to take the choice away from a woman. That is real. This issue can be fought in the state legislatures. This issue can be battled in 50 different battlegrounds, which is what it is right now, post Roe v. Wade. But forget about the politicians. Forget about the politics. We will not make abortion illegal in this country. It's not going to happen. And we are not going to create an environment where the babies that are born are going to be able to thrive when we watch how the Democrats continue to destroy this country, a la Joe Biden and his administration. It's not going to get fixed with government. Very rarely do our greatest issues and concerns in this country have a solution that lies in the next government program. That's just not happening. And it's not the way conservatives should be thinking about these things. We can actually, if your pro-life heart and soul is actually squarely focused on saving the lives of babies, you have to get involved. For real, you. Not them, not the proverbial they and them. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to myself. I'm raising my kids actively to see what abortion is and to understand. You're raised in a Christian home. You're raised to understand the sanctity of marriage. You know all these things, but I'm not stupid. I know how the world works. We all make mistakes, and my older two children understand that if they ever make that kind of mistake, that the first person they come talk to is their father or their mother because we love them. And that is an uncomfortable conversation to have. But when they're asking me about abortion and people want to paint this picture of a unwed young mother thinking it's a 16-year-old kid that's scared, that's not where all abortions are happening. There are 38-year-old, 39-year-old women who have 4 children. I'm just painting the picture of myself here because if I got pregnant right now and I was about to have a 5th child, they would scare the hell out of me. And if abortion is something that people are out there telling you, it's your choice. Empower yourself to have that choice. Do what's best for you. We need to be a community of people in the pro-life community that detaches itself from politics. We need to remove ourselves from politics because it's what you have to do to save these children. I wrote this last night on Twitter because a lot of people are talking about the abortion thing. And here's the thing. You're not going to make me any less pro-life. That's not happening. And the people out there who are politically saying, get rid of, like, I read something from Tommy Lahren. She's been on this show, but she said something like, the Republican Party has to do something about the abortion issue. Shriek all you want about abortion. I got a problem with that because I'm going to advocate for the lives of the unborn until the day that I am no longer alive. That is not changing. But if we want to continue to run into the solid brick wall of thinking that we're going to go fix this problem through government, we are going to have the headache the entire time. We're never going to break through that wall. We're not going to save these babies. It's not the political route that is going to solve this problem. I wrote this last night on Twitter. I encourage you to check it out if you're a Twitter person, because I want more people to think of it this way. I said King Solomon's solution to 2 women claiming rightful motherhood of a baby was to cut the baby in half. To cut the baby in half. That is a murderous solution. King Solomon, supposed to be the wisest person to ever walk the face of the planet. 2 women claim to be the mother of a baby. The King Solomon says, well, there's only one way to solve this problem. We'll cut the baby in half. You have half, you have half. What does the woman who is the natural mother do in that instance? Absolutely not. Do not cut that baby in half. Give that baby to the other woman. That's what a mother would do. King Solomon then knew what to do with this child. Now, in my mind, King Solomon's solution, maybe he thought this is a great idea, and then maybe neither of the women agree to it, and then you got to ask him, what's he going to do? Is he going to follow through with it? I'd like to think he wouldn't. But the solution to determining how to save the life of this baby and give this baby to its rightful mother was to cut the baby in half. It's a murderous solution by King Solomon in the Bible. But he saved the baby by permitting the death of the baby. We are not going to succeed at making abortion illegal. We must make it unthinkable. That's the only way out here. And if you feel as though retreating from the political battle is somehow or another giving in to the pro-abortion community, they want you talking about pro-life issues at every election turn. They want you screaming about it. They want you present about it because that's how they win. The worst thing that could happen to the pro-abortion community is we change the culture. And we as conservatives, as religious organizations, as community organizations, show up to help these women choose life. And if we want to advocate for policy from our lawmakers, then fund adoption fully. Support unwed mothers who choose life and choose to raise this child. Yes, subsidize childcare so that they can get a career, so that they can get a skill that can help provide for them and for their baby. Give these women hope. The only way out of this situation to actually ultimately save the lives of babies is to do it one baby at a time. and one mother at a time. And it's going to be a lot of work. But I can't really think of more valuable work and more valuable effort. It starts with you, and it starts with me, and it starts today. We cannot lose more elections at the ballot box on this issue, and our losing is making the issue worse in this country. We have to pivot, and we have to do it for the lives of these unborn. That's all I have to say about that.